Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is your Vedic astrology coach Rajat Kapoor and welcome to my channel The Legit Astrologer. In my channel I make videos on Vedic astrology, I talk about transits. In the recent times I have made a number of videos including the annual predictions for year 2026, one of my most unique representations. Also Saturn going direct in the sign of Pisces. Season's greetings and happy Thanksgiving to all those who are celebrating. May this be a joyous occasion for us and may you have a great time with your friends and families. Now that Saturn has already started its direct motion in the sign of Pisces, I bring to you a very important message. Before I talk about today's topic, which is about December 2025, the last month of the year, and certain predictions, analysis with regards to each and every ascendant sign and the moon sign for the month of December. I have a very important message. The year 2025 is coming to an end and we are stepping into the new year of 2026. It is still not the Vedic year. Vedic year only starts when Sun enters Aries. Alright, this is the calendar year, this is the Gregorian year. Now, one of the most important message that I have for you is if you go to an astrologer, whether it's a Vedic astrologer, Western astrologer, Jyotishi, tarot card reader, occult practitioner, any of those who probably study occult or are associated to certain subjects, even a numerologist. Now, the basic duty of any astrologer or related coach is to tell you when things are likely to get resolved in your life. So, you go to astrologers with certain problems. Sometimes people go without any problems as well. I do have clients who reach out to me who say that most of the things are going pretty well in my life, but I still want to have an overview with regards to the current time and the future, how I can maximize. This is also a good opportunity. Now, when you go to an astrologer, their duty, their job is to tell you when things will happen. It is about predictions. So, in case you're looking for a job, the astrologer should tell you when you will get the job. If you're looking for getting married or stepping into a new relationship, the astrologer should tell you when will you get married, when is that yoga happening, and of course making precise predictions. Childbirth, wealth creating opportunities, troubled times, even with regards to spiritual practices, whether you will be able to move to the path of spirituality or not, whether you will be mentally more spiritually aligned or physically more spiritually aligned, and what are the kind of blockages. But if some astrologers start saying that you have a bad Rahu, you have a bad Saturn, a bad Ketu, Mars, these are the planets that are causing problems, issues, these are the pain areas in terms of malefic energies in your planet, there are some bad yogas, some bad karmas and all of these things, then you have to be very careful in these discussions, in these interactions, and this is one very important message that I am bringing to you for the year 2026. Yes, continue to go to the astrologers that you trust, that you count on, but the basic duty is to make predictions, to tell you when things are likely to happen. And this should be very well linked to your past predictions, current analysis, and therefore making future predictions as well. You have all the right to assess the abilities, capabilities of an astrologer, and I say that those who do not have a well-disposed Jupiter and Saturn, if they are not connected in a way in the chart, you can study astrology, you can learn astrology, but you cannot make predictions. To make predictions, these two planets have a very important role. They should be in some kind of sambandha and a great strength in the chart for someone to predict. A lot of times there are great teachers, they are very good teachers of astrology, of Jyotish, but when it comes to prediction, this is an area which becomes challenging. So please make your choices in the most wise and mature manner and stay away from all kind of fear mongering. Now it's time for the monthly update for the month of December 2025 and how it will have an impact on all 12 ascendant signs or the moon signs. I am going to share with you some important aspects, highs and lows, what you could expect through the month of December and how you can make the most of it. From a physical standpoint, you must read this from your ascendant sign. At the mental emotional level, you can also read this from your moon sign. Aries ascendant signs or the Aries moon signs, the month of December, certain high points for you and of course certain areas where you have to be a little bit cautious. Now, before mid of December, which means the first half of the month, you have to be careful with regards to your decision making. Because when a number of planets are there in your third house, eighth house, and the 12th house, which includes Jupiter, Mercury, Venus, Saturn, Sun, and also Mars, your decision making becomes a bit weak. However, post mid of December, there are very strong chances of elevation of your bhagya, support of your fortune, which can cause a change of place. So if you've been looking forward to a movement, making a move, change of place, and reconnecting certain decisions which are with regards to your finance, because Jupiter is going to re-enter Gemini in your third house, that's your ninth lord, and it will somehow impact the house which is previous to Jupiter, that is your second house. So certain financial decisions related to your past. Jupiter is your ninth and the 12th lord. He rules your bhagya and also foreign lands, your losses, expenditure. You are going to expand your communication. It will have a very strong aspect on the ninth house. So post 7th of December, Jupiter and Mars are in a yoga. So you can expect certain sense of confidence to rise in your case, and this triggers a change of place or a long distance movement. If you've been looking forward to moving outside of your home country, this could create a positive circumstance for the next few weeks, because Jupiter will be aspecting the Lagna Lord Mars and also the 5th Lord Surya after 16th of December. After 20th of December, it will be aspecting Venus as well. So there are favorable circumstances. Saturn making a transit in your 12th house is quadrant from Jupiter. So for change of place, change of residence, change of job, the second half of December looks very promising. Your health matters will be very average in the first couple of weeks. So you have to take care of your gut, take care of your health, and keep your lifestyle at check, because there could be some food related issues that could trigger some health condition. So be very careful, be very particular and disciplined in your lifestyle. Now Jupiter, when it goes retrograde, it will act as if it's sitting in the sign of Sagittarius, and Mars is making a transit in Sagittarius itself, where it's in a friendly sign. So Jupiter, Mars and Sun will be in a yoga, so which is a yoga between your trinal lords, which means that your fundamentals are going to be very clear in the month of December. This can also bring some financial stability, some financial prosperity towards the later half of December. But expect sudden results, sudden things to happen in your life because of the heaviness in the 8th house of your chart. So of course, you could look up to a positive start to the new year, because the energies are going to be pretty much high. You must get some guidance of someone senior, someone who's educated, someone who you are pretty well connected with. Your 5th Lord Sun initially for the first half will be in the 8th house, and you must study Jyotish, you must study hidden subjects, research related subjects, and you must probably venture into similar education space. Post 16th of December, Sun will enter Sagittarius, which is in your 9th house. So again, supporting your bhagya in a yoga with Mars and also Jupiter, and perhaps fortune will favor you. So the luck element will be pretty much on a higher side in the second half of the month. So any efforts that you put, you're likely to see some sort of positivity. Continue to strengthen your ascendant Lord Mars, which will help you make very good decisions throughout the month. Taurus ascendant signs or the Taurus moon signs. December 2025, the last month of the year, there are some big shifts that are happening. Saturn going direct, Jupiter re-entering Gemini, Mercury going direct, and of course a number of planets changing signs, including Mars moving the sign of Sagittarius. Now this month, the key themes for you is a lot of focus on yourself and your relationship. So trying to juggle between two important elements of life will be your core focus area for the month of December. There is a cluster of 4 planets in your 7th house in the first half of the month. So I expect you to make some good decisions in the first half of the month, where you will have the conjunction of Venus, Mars and Sun, and most likely till 7th of December that will be there. Then Venus and Sun will be together, and Mercury will also re-enter Scorpio, forming a yoga with Venus. So a lot of communication is needed in your relationship. A lot of purity, loyalty is needed in your relationship. There is no space of ego. So keep your ego aside to mend certain ties. And in the second half, your 8th house will have the cluster of planets, Venus, Mars and Sun coming in conjunction in the 8th house. This is a time wherein you will work towards fulfillment of your relationship, because 8th house can either make your relationship or it can break your relationship. Thankfully, it is under the benefic aspect of Jupiter. So it is giving you some protection. But as long as you keep your ego aside, as long as you are not aggressively dealing with it, as long as you do not have any communication gaps, you can prosper in relationship. Health matters are likely to improve post 20th of December, because Venus will enter your 8th house and will protect health related matters. Before that, between 7th till 20th of December, you have to take care of your health. You have to ensure that you keep yourself hydrated. Because if Mars and Jupiter are in a mutual aspect in your 2nd and the 8th house, which could trigger issues that are related to your food. 2nd house is food, which could trigger issues that are related to gut. Because, when of course there are fiery energies, by the virtue of conjunction of Mars and Sun being aspected by Jupiter, expanding this potential. So this could trigger some sudden health issues. So please take care of your lifestyle. Please have a healthy routine. Exercise, eat right, and take care of your sleep, because Mars is also your 12th lord making a transit in the 8th house after 7th of December, giving you Viparita Yoga. So your sleep can be adversely impacted after 7th of December. This is where you have to take care of it. Some spiritual practices, yoga, sadhana can help you. Work related matters will progress, will prosper. Jupiter re-entering Gemini will start aspecting Rahu. It will start aspecting your 6th house as well. So this could trigger new job opportunities. This could trigger a better work environment. This could trigger newer challenges as well, and your ability to deal with these challenges. One is that you get a job, you get a challenge, and whether you're able to deal with it or not. You will have the right resources to deal with these challenges, and you'll be able to cope up with the energies. Venus, who's your ascendant lord, will be in the 7th house. He is the Karaka, significator of the 7th house, but in certain affliction. Venus will undergo combustion. So when Venus is combust, of course your decision making needs to be careful. You could also have opposition, enemies at this time. So try and stay low key, try and not be overconfident, and try not to take your relationships for granted. This is where you have to have a very respectful and of course low commanding authority, or probably the aggressive quotient, or probably the sense of dominance. You have to stay grounded, you have to stay loyal. Saturn's direct movement will bring newer opportunities, bigger, better opportunities, will give you some sense of fulfillment from work, will ensure that you get support of your colleagues, support of your peers, and the power of labor would ensure that you continue to work towards increasing your income. Look up to Shani, continue to chant Bij mantra related to Shani, or strengthen Saturn by lighting a sesame oil lamp. And my best wishes. Gemini ascendant signs or the Gemini moon signs. The month of December, what is this month bringing for you? A very high level analysis in terms of what you could expect. So the month of December, I expect your decision making to be very apt, full of confidence, full of rigor, particularly post 7th of December. And post 20th of December, it will be even better, because there are a number of planets that will be placed in your quadrant houses. Jupiter, Mars, Sun, Venus and Saturn. And out of these planets, Venus and Saturn are very important for you because these become your trinal lords. Sun is also important because he ensures efforts, and Jupiter is associated to your relationship and work as well. And Jupiter re-entering Gemini is, of course, you will face similarity with regards to certain events that happened in your life early in the year, because Saturn goes direct in the initial degrees. So any life events or any things that triggered between March through June, you will revisit your decisions. If you got some opportunities, there were delays, there were denials, or maybe you got some discussions with regards to new work opportunities, job opportunities, and there was no response. Maybe you were ghosted because of some reason, if you feel. Those discussions can reinitiate. Something that was pending can revisit you, or you can proactively revisit any of your pending projects, pending tasks. This could be relationship related, this could be work or job related, or business related, or related to yourself. Alright, relationship matters are going to improve, particularly in the second half of the month, as long as you keep the dominance aside, because there are a lot of fiery energies in the 7th house, Sun and Mars. But Mars being in the 7th house is Maran Karak, which also means that your partner or spouse can go out of the way to help you, to support you. This time period, any efforts that your partner or spouse keeps or puts, they are likely to achieve some sort of success. Saturn's direct transit in your 10th house will ensure that the pace will gradually increase with regards to work. It could create stressful situation, but at this time you have to pause, reflect, take a step back and re-evaluate your work-related priorities. There will be newer opportunities, there will be bigger opportunities. This month is very good for you to apply to these new opportunities, to not underestimate yourself and look at bigger, better, brighter opportunities. Things could be momentarily very favorable over the course of next few months when it comes to work-related progress. But be prepared with coping up with stress because the pace will be very fast and this is something which you have to cope up with. Particularly when Jupiter's pace also gets regulated, and of course, it will then continue its Atichara motion. Both Jupiter and Saturn will be moving at an unusually faster pace in the year 2026, and that's something which you could expect. Your ascendant Lord Mercury will mostly be in the 6th house. Towards the end of the month, it will enter the 7th house. But besides the first few days in the 5th house, it will then move in the 6th house. So you are likely to overcome opposition, overcome any enemies, any blockages that you had where there were other people involved. This month you can also do some repayment of debts, but you will have to probably get into some unnecessary paperwork, government related paperwork related to authority issues, something tax related. So that is something which you have to navigate over the course of next few months, and this is where you have to be a little bit careful. Continue to focus on your health. There could be some minor health issues while Mercury is in the 6th house. And as long as it has the influence of Venus, it is good, but the second half could be slightly challenging in terms of health related matters. Take care of your digestive system. Continue to strengthen Mercury. You can use a simple Vishnu mantra, that is Om Vishnave Namah, which is a Shadakshari or a 6-syllable mantra, and my best wishes. Cancer ascendant signs or the Cancer moon signs. The month of December, the last month of the year, what is this month bringing for you? A quick analysis, brief analysis. So I would expect first half of the month for you to bring some financial rewards, for you to bring some financial gains, but you also have to take care of your expenditure. You have to re-evaluate your past expenditure, maybe something that you did in the beginning of this year, particularly in the second quarter between March through June. All right, this is where you have to re-evaluate your expenditure and of course take some corrective steps, but you have a likely chance of a gain in your income, some sort of incentive, recognition, bonus that could be paid, some sort of financial increase. Because in your 5th house, a number of planets are going to be forming a Dhan Yoga. Your 5th Lord Mars will come in contact with Surya, and this is where it's the last leg of the transit. Venus will also be involved, who's the 11th Lord. So all of them are in a very strong Dhan Yoga. So in case you did not get any financial gains towards November, December is quite likely. And this time period, resources are going to be favorable for any future related decisions. So you can foolproof your future. Any investments for future, long term, you could look into that aspect. Any decisions related to your children and their future, you can spend time there. You can enhance your creativity and step into some creative pursuits. Some things that are of your personal interest, that is also something which you could do. Second half of the month, you would be in a position to overcome your enemies because Sun and Mars will be conjoined in your 6th house, and there will be a mutual aspect with Jupiter, who is your 9th Lord. So this involves two of your trinal lords, the 5th Lord and the 9th Lord, Mars as well as Jupiter, and your 2nd Lord Surya as well. So there again continue to form this Dhan Yoga, but this Dhan Yoga is related to debts. So you will do some transaction, either you will take loans or you will repay loans. But you have a greater chance to overcome opposition. You have a greater chance after 16th of December to step into a new job and attract new opportunities. Between mid-December to mid-January is a favorable time period for you to create new work opportunities, better opportunities, and also bring in a routine in your life. From a remedial point of view, since Sun makes a transit in your 6th house, it brings growth opportunity. You should have a morning routine. Exercise, do some physical activity in the morning hours. This is how you will be able to channel the energies of Mars as well as Surya. Jupiter, who's your 9th Lord and also your 6th Lord, will re-enter Gemini in your 12th house. So firstly, it will help you re-evaluate your friendships, your connections, your social media interaction. Now it wants you to also reflect on your expenditure. If it is increasing, you have to do some budget exercise because it can further increase. Stay away from impulsive buying decision. Stay away from any impulsive decision making. Jupiter's transit will naturally strengthen your ascendant lord moon wherever it is placed in your chart. So it will help you gain mental strength. When Jupiter is making a transit into 12th house, it helps you to be more self-aware. It gives you the power of wisdom to manage yourself and your expenditure. So at least mentally you are in a very better position in the month of December. If you had some stressful situation, these stress levels will go down. You will see some sort of positivity in your life. You would like to stay connected with only those people who you can count on. You will limit your friendships, you will limit your connections, and this is something which could be absolutely favorable for you, and my best wishes. Leo ascendant signs or the Leo moon signs. Now the month of December, which is the last month of the year, what is this month bringing for you? Some events you can expect, highs and lows, and of course you will read these transits on the basis of your dasha, the yogas, and of course what time periods are you going through. Otherwise, it's only half known information, right, which seldom may not be true. So the first half, your decision making is going to be positive, it is going to be right, because a number of planets are making a transit in your quadrant house, including the nodes Rahu and Ketu. Ketu continues to be in your ascendant, Rahu continues to be in your 7th house. Rahu entering Sajivisha Nakshatra will create expansive tendencies in business opportunities. Alright, it will start receiving the aspect of Jupiter, who's your 5th lord, so it will be regulated. This will protect your relationship, this will make you bring more energies. Healing is seen by Shatabisha Nakshatra because this nakshatra has tons of energy. Jupiter will expand the potential, so you can start new business ventures, you can establish new partnerships because Jupiter's aspect is extremely supportive, and you can expect some betterment in your relationships as well over the course of next few months. Alright, now Venus, Mars, Sun are together in your 4th house. Mercury will also very briefly join this conjunction. Then on 7th of March, Mars will move to your 5th house. So you are likely to take some positive decisions related to your assets, related to your possession. If you had some issues with regards to your vehicle, that is likely to get resolved. But be very careful of driving, okay? Because Ketu is in quadrants with Venus, and Venus and Mars are together. Sun's also with them, so there are fiery elements involved here. So you have to just be very careful while commuting. That's a natural, sense as well, which one must follow. Post 7th of December, Mars enters your 5th house in its friendly sign of Sagittarius. So it's a good transit, a lot of fiery energy are going to be there in the second half of the month. You will have a greater futuristic approach, but you have to keep yourself hydrated because there could be some stomach related issue by the excess of fire element. So as long as you keep yourself hydrated, you consume enough liquids, juices, water, that is going to be good for you. You will try to balance these energies, but it's a very good time for future planning and also decisions that you need to make today for your future. Some decisions for next year you can very well make between mid-December till mid of January. Things are going to be very favorable for you because they will also receive an aspect of Jupiter. So your trinal lords are in a yoga, which promotes financial prosperity. So mid-December till mid-January, I do expect a rise in your income and increase in your position. You could have positional success, you could have a status or a rise in your status or some sort of financial gains. You start a secondary source of income, or you would step into a new job that is high paying. So do not underestimate yourself. You can start applying for new opportunities. In case your Dasha Antardasha is supportive, you could very well secure something which is financially rewarding. Jupiter re-enters your 11th house. It will deliver good results. In spite of being retrograde, yes, it will help you re-evaluate your career decisions. It will help you re-look at your career priorities, your work-related priorities, and some mistakes that you did in the past, learn from them and try to move forward. Also re-evaluate your friendships, re-evaluate your relationships, re-evaluate your romantic connections. So romanticism could be on a higher side, but you would like to set some priorities and also set some boundaries. Continue to strengthen your 5th lord Jupiter. He is the planet of the month for you, and that will naturally give strength to Mars as well as Sun, and may you have a blessed time ahead. Virgo ascendant signs or the Virgo moon signs. The month of December, what is this month bringing for you? A very simplified analysis in terms of energies that you could expect, some highs and lows, ups and downs. You must read these transits by the virtue of the yogas in your chart and the dashas, because they rule. Transits support. Do not expect life events just on the basis of transit. If you have that expectation, it is a very wrong expectation to have. Alright, take these as supporting factors. One thing is sure that you will be in a confident position. Your decision making is going to be quite right. Particularly post mid-December, it is showing very strong significations because a number of planets are going to be there in your quadrant houses, especially Jupiter and Saturn. Jupiter being in the 10th house, Saturn being in the 7th house. So Shani is in directional strength, going direct, Margi. Alright, so this will push the momentum when it comes to relationship. Shani always strengthens relationship in the 7th house. It brings stability, long-term stability. Of course, in the short run, it will bring issues, it will bring coldness, but in the long run, it will always protect. So it is trying to protect your relationship, but you will expect a number of events with regards to your partner. So the pace will be very, very fast. The expectations will be very high in relationship. And this is something which you can manage. As long as you're able to manage the expectations and have a clear understanding of your priorities, it could be good for you. Jupiter will re-enter your 10th house in a retrograde motion. He is also one of the significators of the 10th house. And Jupiter and Saturn share a quadrant relationship, a very strong, powerful association. And Jupiter is going to focus on your 2, 6, 10, the Earth trine. Also aspecting Rahu in the 6th house, helping you overcome any opposition, any enemies at work. At workplace, you have the opportunity to influence others by the virtue of your wisdom, knowledge. So in case you learn something, you should share that knowledge with others. This is how you will get recognized. This is how people will know you for your work and they will reach out to you. You can become a trusted advisor. This way you can get some growth opportunities. So you need to understand how these dynamics work, because Sun and Mars will also enter your 4th house. They are in a yoga. Venus will join them and all of them will be connected with Jupiter. Venus is your 9th lord connected to Jupiter, who's your 4th lord, and Sun, who's your 12th lord. So of course, if you work with foreigners, people from foreign lands, across the seas, Mars is also involved, who's your 8th lord. So all of these aspects, of course, you will have some difficulty managing your home and your work, because one of these will be very demanding. Either a lot of time and attention is demanded at home or at workplace, and you will struggle to strike a balance, which could cause some stress. But if you work with multinationals, if you work with people overseas, across the seas, you have a huge opportunity to develop cordial relationships and take some benefits, take some gains out of these people. This can also cause a shift in place, because from your 3rd house to the 4th house, Sun and Mars are moving. Venus is also going to move from the 3rd house to the 4th house, which is causing a shift. This is your 9th lord. Mars is your 3rd lord. It could cause a change of place. A residential movement can happen within the month of December. If not, then by mid of January, that is quite likely. So you must understand these energies. Mercury will also finally move in its direct motion, and this will continue in the 3rd house, where it brings the potential of communication, but some sort of secrecy as well, because it is moving in the sign of Scorpio. So as long as the secret communication doesn't hinder your relationship, it is fine. You must focus on your written communication, because 3rd house is your hands, and of course whatever you write, journal, blog, and of course leverage the power of emails and written communication to create an impact on other people, and my best wishes for you. Libra ascendant signs or the Libra moon signs. The month of December, what you can expect in this month, and of course certain highs and lows, and how you can navigate through this month. I do expect this month to be a little bit of a low-key month for you. So firstly, you might feel very resistant towards change. You might not be in a position to be change ready. A sudden opportunity can come your way, and you might be slightly lower in terms of your confidence. So not the most ideal month for you to make some major decisions, because the number of planets are either in your 3rd house, 6th house. First half, there will be a cluster of planets in your 7th house. Besides Jupiter and Rahu being in trines to each other. 5th house as Rahu, 9th house as Jupiter. That is perhaps the only supporting aspect that you have. Rahu is good for you. Jupiter is not the most idealistic planet, and it going retrograde, you will start questioning your dharma. You will start questioning your priorities in life. You might question or argue with your father or with your guru, with your mentor. So try to not be very aggressive or even passive in your communication. Be clear. So clarity is needed. Thought clarity is very important, because you would experience a lot of ambiguity in your conversations, in your communication. Maybe you're not sure about something and you cannot voice it out, you cannot share, or you're not in a position to share. Now, this could be interpreted in a different manner by the other person. They might feel that, okay, you're lacking confidence, or you lack the desired skills and abilities. So this is where you have to take some conscious steps. But for learning, this is an excellent month. For higher education, spiritual education, short courses, professional qualifications, certifications. So try and enroll yourself in short courses. Venus moving through your second, from your second to the third house, forming a yoga with Surya and Mars in the third house, where we see learning from. So there's a lot of fiery energies. This also brings growth opportunity. So when your Lagna Lord goes into the third house and it is conjoined with the 11th Lord and the second Lord here, who is Mars and Sun. So this is where you can put your energies and invest yourself in short courses. Jupiter also has an aspect. This could trigger journeys, change of place, residential movement, or a change in your job. So some sort of change is coming, but you will have some sort of resistance to it. So be change ready mentally. First half of the month, you have to take care of your speech, avoid any aggressive tendencies, bring in more clarification in your speech. Try to keep your ego aside and be very careful of your food, because you might have the tendency to develop some food related allergies, which could cause some impact in your digestive system. Actually, the planet of the month for you is Rahu entering Shatabisha Nakshatra. Rahu is a Yoga Karak Graha for Libra Ascendants, because he co-rules the sign of Aquarius and moving through its own nakshatra now under the 9th aspect of Jupiter. It will help you progress very well in future. So I expect you to have some sort of positional rise within the first half of 2026. You to secure some position, you to reach at certain level. Shani is also going Margi. So both your fifth lords are going to be in pretty good dignity over the course of next few weeks. So you could expect job related matters to improve. You need to bring in a sense of discipline in your daily life. Shani, when it goes Margi, and it will move at a usually faster pace, end of December onwards. So you will notice a particular trend that your pace in life has increased, and suddenly the life has become very demanding. Your expectations from you are going to be very high from other people, but you will be able to overcome opposition, overcome enemies by the power of your labor, by your efforts, wherein you will not shy away from putting efforts, and my best wishes for you. Scorpio ascendant signs or the Scorpio moon signs. What is the month of December bringing for you? The last month of the year, and it's a very eventful month because some big movements are happening. Jupiter is re-entering Gemini, Saturn going Margi, Mercury going direct again, and Rahu already entered Shatabisha Nakshatra. So some planets are in great dignity. And of course Mars, Sun, Jupiter forming a yoga, Jupiter, Venus forming a yoga. So number of things are happening. So firstly, your ascendant lords being going through your ascendant. First half of the month, any important decisions, any pending work, any important task that you have, you will be in a position to make those decisions in the first half of the month. Thereafter, when Mars enters your second house, this is where it will be under the aspect of Jupiter. And see, when I talk about Mars and Sun, because they are fiery grahas, fiery elements, alright, so I have to consume water. So of course, when you do Surya related remedies, Mars related remedy, you have to increase your water intake, because you will feel thirsty. You are invoking fire within yourself. So that's something which you must do. And your Lagna Lord later will enter the second house. Second house, it will be conjoined with Surya, your 10th Lord. So when Surya enters your second house, 16th of December, it is creating a Simhasana Yoga. So second half of December, expect your financial position related to work to rise. So you could expect some good news with regards to your job, your source of income, positional success, because this is what Sun commands. So between mid-December to mid-January, some situation could work in your favor, but you have to take care of your speech. Avoid aggressiveness in your speech, take care of your diet, ensure that you consume enough water, enough liquids, and try and keep yourself hydrated. because the fire element is going to rise to a great extent, and Sagittarius is a fiery sign. It's a very pure sign, it's a sattvic sign. So it does ensure and sort of bring any sattvic practices as well. I mean, see, again, I don't, give advice to people on food related remedies. They're their personal choice. If someone wants to probably prosper spiritually or have some spiritual progress, then I do. But they will be under the aspect of Jupiter. So which means your Lagna Lord, 5th Lord and the 10th Lord are involved in a Sambandha, but Jupiter is in the 8th house. So things will happen all of a sudden without you expecting it. So any financial blockages that you had in the past, you will see some movement. You will see a rise in your confidence level this month. So this could be very apt for you. Jupiter, 5th Lord and the 2nd Lord, who plays a very important role in your finances, financial matters, is re-entering Gemini. It would want to re-evaluate your relationships. So you have to re-evaluate or reassess your relationship, maybe some past decisions, past mistakes with regards to your relationship. Now you have to look to amend or look to correct those decisions. Jupiter wants to bring in a sense of fulfillment. Financial prosperity is there when Jupiter is going retrograde, because it will have a very strong aspect on your 2nd house. So you will prosper in all aspects of accumulation and also your possessions, which we also see from the 2nd house. Family related matters could see some sort of conflict, because there will be some aggressive tendencies. As long as you keep your ego aside, you are in a relatively better position. Venus's transit in your ascendant is improving your personality. Later, when Venus moves in your 2nd house, it is a good transit for your spouse. They can have some financial gains or some financial development over the course of next few weeks. Continue to look up to your Lagna Lord Mars and your 10th Lord Sun, because these two are the grahas of the month for you, and my best wishes. Sagittarius ascendant signs or the Sagittarius moon signs. The month of December, what is this last month of the year bringing for you? Let us try to understand in the most simple manner. One thing is quite certain, that your level of confidence will be at a higher side. Your decision making will be very positive, particularly after 7th of December, and after 16th of December, all the more better. But the core energies, you have to manage yourself and your relationship, yourself and your partnership, yourself and your business. I mean, any of these areas, you do have certain relationship karma where ego can play an obstructive role, some sort of obstruction which could hinder your relationship, either due to the pride that you carry in terms of your knowledge, or some sort of authoritative tendencies that you develop being in a dominant position, regardless of your gender. Alright, so please be very protective of your relationship. 2nd half of the month is pretty good to evolve your personality. See, your trinal lords are forming a yoga, are coming in a Sambandha. Your Lagna Lord Jupiter re-enters Gemini in the 7th house. Your 5th Lord Mars enters your ascendant on 7th of December, and your 9th Lord Surya enters your ascendant on 16th of December. So post 16th of December, these trinal lords are in a very powerful yoga. So mid December till mid January is your time to shine. Be protective of your dharma, because Surya and Mars will improve your vitality, will give you rigor, will give you power, authority, energy, and at times overflow of energy, because Jupiter will have a very strong aspect, and they will also have a mutual aspect on Jupiter. Mars and Jupiter's mutual aspect, blessings of goddess Parvati, the divine mother. Sun and Jupiter's mutual aspect, it forms a royal lineage, royal yoga, very favorable for your father, and of course very favorable if you are in family related business for any success, or of course for your independent success as well. Health is going to significantly improve mid December till mid of January. This is your time, but you have to keep yourself hydrated, drink enough water, because a lot of fiery energies are there, so you have to create some sort of balance. You will not see much of planets in watery signs besides Saturn, but Saturn is a cold planet. So after mid December, this is going to be pretty much the case. Now Venus also entering your ascendant calls for evolvement in terms of your personality, for you to be very conscious of what you're doing, leveraging the power of your relationship. Alright, this is how you must read this transit. Sun in the 1st half will be in your 12th house. So 1st half is very good for spiritual progress, spiritual pursuits, any devotional practices, spiritual sadhana, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. This is the Dwadash Akshari 12 syllable mantra that you can chant, use throughout the month of December, particularly in the first half. Second half, Sun enters your ascendant. He is the Karaka, significator of the ascendant, and being aspected by Jupiter. Also aspecting Jupiter, who's your ascendant lord. It will give you confidence, it will give you tej, it will give you fire, it will give you self-esteem, and it will give you ego at the same time. Ego will be related to your dominance of knowledge or your position. As long as you stay grounded and you're very respectful towards other people, it's going to be good for you. Otherwise, this could be detrimental to any relationship, your personal relationships, workplace relationship, friends. So all kinds of relationship are definitely sensitive in the month of December. But personally for you, it is time to rise, and my best wishes. Capricorn ascendant signs or the Capricorn moon signs. The month of December, what is this month bringing for you? One of the most simplified analysis, and of course what you could expect, certain highs and lows of the month. Now, one simple message that I want to probably bring you is that please, you need to increase your spiritual practice in the month of December, because your confidence is going to be on a lower side. Now, I don't want to start with something negative or instill some sort of fear, but be very realistic here, because your third house, sixth house and 12th house has most planets in transit. Shani, though, will go Margi in the third house, but it is still very slow. It will only pick up the pace end of December. So you need some guidance, you need some direction, you need some advice of someone senior, someone who could probably look up to, for you to take some right decisions. Now, this time around, Jupiter has re-entered Gemini in your sixth house. So you could face some opposition. Now, you will have some sort of insecurity with those people who are very educated, or probably others who are doing very well in life. So you could develop some insecurities which can affect your confidence. Maybe you would feel that, okay, I am maybe incapable of doing it, I do not have the right set of skill sets or knowledge, or I lack the fortune or bhagya. Other people are doing very well. So try and stay away from social media if it has an impact on you. Because see, it's good to probably look at other people's success, but if it becomes hindrance to your self-confidence, then that is something which is not good. So in order to instill confidence in yourself, you need some daily practice, maybe mantra sadhana. Continue to strengthen your fifth lord Venus, because he is the yoga karaka graha for you. So a simple Lakshmi mantra, which is Om Lakshmyai Namah, or a Shiva Panchakshari, that is Namah Shivaya, will be absolutely beneficial for you, because Venus is also under combustion. So two things we have to strengthen. One, of course, we have to look at Sun, offer water to Sun, because Sun is causing that combustion, and use mantra based remedies related to Venus, because Venus will enter the 12th house, the house of devotion. Keep your feet clean. This is again a remedy. So you need a lot of remedies in the month of December. So of course, remedies should only be, pretty much customized to the natal birth chart, but these are some remedies you can follow without any hesitation. They will not cause any harm. Okay. Mercury, which will move in a direct motion. So the first 1 week is good for work related progress. Thereafter, Mercury will be in Scorpio, re-enter Scorpio, and this is where it will form a yoga with Surya for a brief period, also with Venus. So Venus and Mercury are good. First half of the month is good for you to make some major decisions, some decisions related to your finances, growth opportunities with regards to your income, some sort of recognition, any efforts that you want to put in your life. First half is very much conducive, but please increase your spiritual sadhana and devotional practices. Sun will also be in the 12th house, Mars will also be in the 12th house. It will cause some disruption in your sleep. So you have to watch your sleep, because if you don't sleep for a good number of hours, you will have low energy through the day. And if you have low energy through the day, it will impact your productivity. So if you were to be productive, start your day early, do some yoga, sadhana, and do some evening workout as well. Because if you are physically working on yourself, then towards the end of the day, you will feel tired, then you will sleep. And of course, complete this cycle, and that becomes a daily routine. Jupiter's retrograde motion back in the sign of Gemini in your sixth house is positive to establish a daily routine. This momentarily is a good Jupiter for you when it goes retrograde. It will help you bring in a change in your lifestyle. It will help you bring some routine and some consistency in anything and everything that you do in life. And my best wishes for the month of December. Aquarius ascendant signs or the Aquarius moon signs. Let us understand the month of December, what this month is bringing for you. and how you can maximize through this month. So one thing that I'd like to share specifically for you is that the first half of the month is relatively better in terms of your self-confidence, in terms of where you are. Over the course of this month, 1 month, I do expect some rise in your finances, but I do expect your expenditure to increase as well. But when your expenditure will increase, so will your income. Because your Lagna Lord and the 12th Lord, Saturn, is going to move in a direct motion, Margi, in your second house. This rules yourself and also your expenditure, moving in the house that represents accumulation. So accumulation of your self-discipline, your life, body, vitality, your health, and also your expenditure. So you're incurring expenditure. It's all good expense. As long as it's expense in your family, towards your family, it is good. But this is something which you need to be a bit mindful. So gradually the pace in life is going to increase. So please prepare yourself with this faster pace of life for the next few months. So December is the month of preparation. Financially, you could be in a good position. Jupiter re-enters your 5th house in the sign of Gemini. Later, it makes a mutual connection with Mars, Sun and Venus, making a transit in your 11th house. Mercury will also make a transit in your 11th house. So your trinal lords, Mercury and Venus, will be in a yoga. Initially in Scorpio for a few days post 5th of December, which will ensure bringing some very good work-related progress. So first, 10 to 15 days of the month, you can expect some good news with regards to work-related matters. Mars is in 10th house gaining direction strength. Sun is in the 10th house gaining direction strength. Mars and Sun are in a yoga. That's the 10th Lord. 9th Lord is there forming a Dharma Karma yoga. So please look at newer opportunities, bigger opportunities, brighter opportunities to put yourself in a relatively better position when it comes to work, or bringing a sense of consistency and fulfillment at work. Second half also, you would probably spend time in terms of communicating with people at your workplace. You will make some friends, you will invest yourself in relationship building, and you will be a very good learner because Mercury will help you learn a lot at work, and you will probably look at some quick wins, some quick results. So increase the pace of your work and work on some short-term assignments, short-term projects where you can deliver or probably give some quick results, which does not have a scope for months, but 2 or 3 days of assignment, and you have a high chance of recognition then. All right. Venus thereafter will move in the 11th house. It will do well, but Venus is combust. So you protect your dharma, you protect your fortune. Fortune is not going to be favorable. Venus is technically going to be combust all the while. So you have to definitely do Surya related remedy if you were to strengthen your relationship and also your work. Offer water to sun, read or listen to Aditya Hridayam in case you have any competitive activities, or you do any Surya related mantra sadhana. So Om Grini Surya Aditya. This could be wonderful mantra for you to do when Sun is moving through the sign of Scorpio, particularly in the first half of the month. Mars, Sun both do very well in the 11th house. All planets do well in the 11th house. So your 5-11 axis is going to be very active, which will ensure some sort of financial progress mid-December till mid of January. Jupiter supports mantra based remedies as well. Jupiter supports and rebuilds, re-establishes connections with your children, or some sort of romantic connection could also be on the card in case you've been looking forward to stepping into a new relationship. Particularly that Rahu is going in Shatabisha Nakshatra. You will heal yourself physically if you've been looking forward to it, and my best wishes. Pisces ascendant signs or the Pisces moon signs. The month of December, what is this month bringing for you? Some highs and lows, ups and downs, and of course how you can make the most of these energies. Simplified analysis. So I want to share with you that this is perhaps your month to shine. 2026 is also your year to shine, moving in a very fast paced motion because your quadrants, kendras are very strong, dominated by Saturn, Jupiter, your ascendant lord, who will re-enter Gemini in your 4th house. Sun will enter your 10th house on 16th of December, Mars also in your 10th house on 7th of December, and Venus will also enter on 20th of December. So a number of planets in the quadrant. As and when the month will progress, mid-December to mid of January, it is your opportunity to shine in all aspects of your life related to yourself, your comfort, your work. in case you're running through a favorable Dasha Antardasha. Besides Rahu and Ketu, who are there in your 12th and the 6th axis, all the other planets will either be in the quadrant house or trinal houses. Now, Rahu entering Shatabisha is creating a very powerful Viparita Yoga. You will heal matters related to 12th house. Your expenditure is likely to go down because Jupiter will be aspecting Rahu, keeping Rahu at check. It will improve your sleep. If you had some sleep related issues, it will improve your health as well. But you have to bring in some discipline in your health. This time around, you have to be particular about something that might have a family history, health related family history. Maybe a history related to diabetes or a heart condition or blood pressure, or of course something. This is where you have to be careful. Something can trigger over the next few weeks or months, so you have to be a little bit cautious here. Sun gains direction strength in your 10th house. Firstly, it makes a transit in your 9th house, where it is the Karaka of Dharma. Thereafter, in the 10th house, along with Mars gaining direction strength in a mutual aspect with Jupiter. So, your Lagna Lord and the trinal Lord Mars, who's the 9th Lord, is involved. Jupiter is also the 10th Lord. So, they are in the Dharma Karma Adhipati Yoga and conjoined with Surya. Resources are going to be favorable for you. You will build meaningful connections at work. You have the tendency to step into an authoritative position at work. Now, authoritative position doesn't mean that your grade will change or you'll get a promotion. You might get some new project, you might get a responsibility to lead others. Please keep your ego aside, because you could develop egoistic tendencies by the virtue of your knowledge, by the virtue of your energy, by the virtue of your position, power or status. As long as you stay grounded, it is going to be better for you. You might struggle balancing between your home and work life, because work will be very demanding over the course of next few weeks. So this is where you have to practice some mindfulness. Jupiter promotes spirituality by activating your 4-8-12 moksha trine. So consistent, regular spiritual practices are essential for you. Surya will only work positive if you start your day early and if you start respecting the morning hours. Particularly if you have a favorably disposed sun in your chart, you will not have health issues. Your daily routine will be very good in all these aspects. Mars, who's your 9th Lord and also your 2nd Lord, is in a Dhan Yoga throughout the month of December, and later it is creating favorable circumstances for your work when it enters Sagittarius on 7th of December. Now you will have overflow of energy at work. This is something which you have to channel. So either keep a glass of water all the time at your desk at work, a bottle or a glass of water, or some plants that you can water, and keep yourself hydrated all through the time, because there are a lot of fiery energies that are there and you need to create that sense of balance. And my best wishes for the month of December. So friends, this was yet another unique analysis of the month of December. I hope and believe the month of December helps us reflect through the year about our achievements, highs and lows, and take these learning forward into the year 2026. I wish you all a very happy and blessed new year. Happy Thanksgiving to all those who are celebrating, and best wishes in your journey, and God bless you all.